Hi everyone, Mickey Jacobs here. Welcome to Angel Chat. Happy New Year. I hope you are well. I want to talk about today the concept of being the observer of consciousness. Sometimes spirit refer to that. Sometimes it's can call mindfulness, but it is a super powerful spiritual tool that kind of help you manage your mind, reaction, negativity of the ego. So I find that to be very important to master. So what's that mean is that when you feel being getting hurt, when you feel that someone is unfair to you, when you are ready to react, to lash out, to be angry, to answer, to say the last word, you kind of distance yourself from the drama, which usually can be called, and kind of align yourself with the soul in a way that you give it few seconds and you kind of observe it from afar. You observe your own feeling or your own emotion. You know how when we feel, how the anger coming up, you observe the planning of the mind as to how to react to that. If you pay attention, you're going to realize sometimes we even think, how are we going to react? What are we going to say? How are we going to lash out? So all matter of few seconds, if you can master the ability to kind of distance yourself a little bit, and it is exactly what happened that you align yourself with the energy of the soul by waiting those few seconds, by reviewing it from afar, as opposed to align yourself with the natural reaction of the ego. Of course, the ego is also an energy within the physical body that don't want to wait one split second. You either think what you're going to say and you have that plan as to how you're going to react, or you're right away fully in, full force into the drama or into the fight. So when you have that distancy, that being kind of a little bit further away from it, it does give the soul the opportunity to what I refer to as taking over. Once the soul take over, the beautiful beauty of the soul, it bring its own softness, it bring its own right reaction, whether it is decided not to say anything, or how to react or how to calm the situation, so the soul, which have its own God-like behavior, if you will, kind of take over and govern, whether it is not to say anything, whether it is just saying one word, whether it is to just stay, non-reactive. So it is a very, very powerful spiritual tool. Like all spiritual concepts, it does require a great amount of practice. Information or knowledge by itself is useless, not enough. No matter what beautiful knowledge you get and from who, knowledge, spiritual knowledge, although necessary because knowledge is power, if you do not practice it, if you do not apply that, certainly a tool like that, to your reaction in this specific knowledge, that wouldn't count. That, of course, wouldn't be enough. So we have to apply spiritual knowledge to the day-to-day life to see how it works, to practice. Of course, that's common sense. The more you practice that, the more it becomes natural for your soul to take over. When drama come, when fights come, when people supposedly... Well, the noise you hear is Rocco playing with some sort of a cloth that he likes to play with. So it's a little bit noisy, guys. You see him? My boy. So once again, the more you practice, the more the soul take over in regard to reacting to undesirable interaction, whether it is a partner, a friend, family member, stranger, someone you know, don't know, as opposed to the ego. So again, the way life on planet Earth designed for growth, that there are two energies reside within the body, that of the negative energy field or entity of what we refer to as the ego that tend to be negative and loud, as opposed to the beautiful, soft, wise, godlike energy field that it is our higher self or the soul. The more you allow the soul to take over in anything that is undesirable, by kind of wait a little bit, you just kind of absorb it, the more the soul shine through us and take over the reaction, which is always desirable, smart, and peaceful, as opposed to the ego. So again, practice make better. The more you do that, the easier it is for you to do that until it's completely natural. Also, in regard to practice, be the observer of consciousness, in regard to relationship, it's project on the other person. Because really what ego want is kind of like misery want company, and ego want to fight. That's why once one ego start, the other one, 9.8% of the time, is that the ego of the other person suck in, and then it escalate, and sometimes it can escalate pretty badly. So once one person change, one person through the mindfulness or through that tool, able to distance yourself, you project that energy to the other person, because frankly, no one can fight with someone that don't want to fight. This is just common sense. So their ego start to change because they know that they don't get any reaction out of you. So it's work magic in relationship. It work magic through friends or with anyone that you can practice that mindfulness of your own reaction, of your own planning to what to react, what to say, and it does literally take only few seconds, where that split decision to not react on the natural ability of us human beings to act on the ego, let the ego lead the reaction, is to leave it to the soul. So try it out, guys. It took me some time to master that, but it is like all spiritual tools. It can be quite magical, to where you come to a point where reacting negatively is foreign to you. It just doesn't, it's just not something that feel good anymore, because you see with time that let your soul take over reaction would be much more beneficial. And then frankly, able to practice any new effective spiritual tool to practice, or rather achieve that, you feel proud of yourself, because it's not easy. It's hard to change. It's hard to practice spiritual tools. But once we do that and we practice it enough time, it's kind of stay with us, if you will, and then we feel wonderful. So I think that's it, guys. I hope you can try it, give it a try, stick to it, take time. Nothing happened overnight, certainly not with spiritual growth, but certainly worthwhile the effort. Thank you, guys. I will talk to you next time. Take good care and see you then.